3 centuries have passed since the publication of John Bunyan's book, Pilgrim's Progress. Yet, second in volume of sales only to the Bible itself, Pilgrim's Progress continues to be one of the most widely read and influential books ever written. Translated into many languages, released in a continuing variety of editions, the book's influence reaches from the university classroom to the nursery. Bedford, England, now a thriving industrial community, looked like this when John Bunyan walked these very streets during the mid to latter years of the 17th century. One remarkably well-preserved building, where some say the writer took part in parachurch worship, now serves as the Bunyan Museum. Here the visitor finds a replica of the kind of living room one might have seen in the Bunyan, such Bunyan memorabilia as the actual pulpit, from which the young man heard sermons which profoundly influenced his life and thought. Also the door to one of the 2 Bedford prisons where he spent 1/5 of his life and where he wrote his famous book. Faithful to his church, this church, Bunyan was not content to receive his spiritual food from sermons alone. Though he brought his family to this sanctuary faithfully each Sunday, he also became an avid student of the Scriptures himself. It was this study of the Bible which caused him to ask many questions about the conduct of the church, as well as of his own lifestyle. For example, he served for a time as the Sunday morning bell ringer, a task he enjoyed so immensely he came to think of it as sinful. He feared lest one day when he entered the tower to ring the bell, it might come crashing down upon him in divine judgment. Elstow, the little village adjacent to Bedford where Bunyan actually lived, was a religious center in his day. This spacious abbey became a kind of community social structure, as well as religious. Though a stained glass window in the church now commemorates the author and his book, John Bunyan, from his study of the Bible, came into sharp disagreement with the church. Many of the scenes in his Pilgrim's Progress not only depict Bunyan's personal struggles. John Bunyan lies buried in one of the storied old cemeteries to be found in the city of London. Nearby rest the remains of another famous author who is said to have been strongly influenced by Bunyan's writings. In a much less pretentious resting place, overlooked by most visitors to the cemetery, can be found the grave of Susanna Wesley, mother of the 2 famous brothers, John and Charles. Still one more famous man lies buried here, a man profoundly influenced by the book Pilgrim's Progress. His name, Isaac Watts, writer of many of the most treasured hymns in the Christian church. Today, scholars still try to fathom the motivations and to understand the greatness of the man John Bunyan. We shall simply occupy ourselves with a visualization of his famous story, Pilgrim's Progress.